Hey people, this is Conrad Layn here. Welcome my YouTube neighbors. This is just my journey to Conrad Layn Turo IPO journey, where I'm gonna try to do my best to figure out the intrinsic value of what potentially Turo might be once goes through the initial public offering, which is IPO. I have strong conviction in this company as a Turo host. I'm not telling you to invest in Turo host, so don't try to litigate me or take me to court. I'm not telling you to purchase Turo stock when it becomes a stock. I'm just simply showing you my journey. Stay tuned. Watch the video, people. Hey people, this is Conrad Layn here, hanging out. Just inviting you to my epic Conrad Layn Turo IPO journey. And today I'm trying to locate, where do I think Turo is going to be listed at? Which stock exchange will Turo be listed on? Will it be NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, or will it be Nasdaq? Or somewhere else? I really don't know. There's a lot of ways this can go. I don't know. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not acting like your financial advisor. I really have no idea. I'm just sharing my personal journey. This is not meant to be any type of financial advice. I'm just simply sharing Conrad Layn's Turo IPO journey because I have strong conviction in the company. I'm currently an all-star and power host on the Turo platform. I love the opportunities, great culture, and I believe in the company. I have strong conviction in it. So if they do, and when they do, or even they might never do, but hopefully they do, a lot of do's there. I'm really looking forward to investing in the company heavily, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm saving 10% of whatever I earn and accrue from Turo income and profit, the bottom line, and I'm saving it so I can put it into a Turo investment once it goes through the IPO process. It becomes a public company. It could go through the initial public offerings status. If that's the case, I'm really stoked about that. But the thing is this, though, there's a lot of ways it can go. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out, will it be listed on the Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchange or somewhere else? There's a lot of listing requirements that the New York Stock Exchange have and the Nasdaq have. They have certain filing fees that you have to pay, and there's certain certain requirements you must account for. So there's a lot of different ways it can possibly go. But what I've noticed is that there seems to be a trend of technology companies typically being listed on a Nasdaq. Now that's not always true, but what I'm saying is Microsoft, Tesla, Facebook, Google, Uber, Lyft, pull them up. Hey people, thank you for following me into my screen. Just wanted to share my screens with you. So as I was mentioning earlier, right now I'm attempting to try to figure out, and of course there's no way for me to be 100%, but just trying to figure out which stock exchange Turo will actually be listed on once the IPO has been executed. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just simply having a lot of fun here. And I like looking at stats and trying to figure things out and I love doing puzzles and just figuring the clues out. So I'm just trying to figure out. So first and foremost, as you all probably already know, or maybe not, Turo currently utilizes the services of Liberty Mutual Insurance Company for their insurance coverage for hosts and guests on the platform. So the cool thing is that what I noticed is Liberty Mutual in 2010 actually completed the application, and they were filing for to become a public company on the Nasdaq. 2010 was a very volatile time. There was a lot going on in regards to the recession, just a lot going on. So I'm not saying that's the complete reason. I don't know all the reasons, but I know it's a volatile time, and it's one of those. And they decided not to become a public company, so they're still a private company as we speak, just like Turo's a private company. But what I've noticed, I try to find companies that trend. So I'll try to figure out, okay, look, if this company that I'm going to be potentially investing in is affiliated with companies that are either already listed on the Nasdaq or New York Stock Exchange or whatever exchange they're listed on, more than likely, and there's a good chance, maybe birds of the feathers flock together, as the old cliche saying says. So maybe they will have the same process of thinking since they're basically partners in business. Not always true, not absolute, not 100%. Remember, I'm gathering and reverse engineering. There's no way. I'm not an insider. I'm just a regular dude at home that's trying to figure this out and put this puzzle together. And I just love use my mind to figure these type of things out. So I'm just trying to guesstimate, basically make an educated decision on which stock exchange will Turo possibly be listed on if they do in fact become a public company, because that's typically what's going to happen. They might go through initial public offering process where they become a public company, but I don't know which company. And each stock exchange has their own application and rules and fees and requirements that you must attain to if you're attempting to participate in their stock exchange to be listed. So Liberty Mutual went that route. So I was like, maybe Turo will be listed on the Nasdaq. And another reason also, guys, is that Turo, well, you guys might be already aware of, or maybe not. Uber, Lyft, which are technology basically companies, rideshare companies, they're listed on the Nasdaq. Hire Car, who at this time, I guess will be the most competitive, but completely different market, completely different plan at this point in time. They're listed on the Nasdaq. Microsoft's listed on the Nasdaq. DocuSign's listed on the Nasdaq. It's phenomenal. So I mean, it's just one of those things where it seems to be that a lot of technology companies and these type of tech companies seem to kind of, the trend is that they participate and are listed on the Nasdaq. So it seems like more than likely, in my opinion, that Turo will probably be listed on the Nasdaq. That's what I'm thinking. And again, I am not your financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest in Turo. I'm not telling you not to invest in Turo. I'm not telling you to invest in anything or not anything. I'm simply sharing my journal, my digital video journal with you. This is Conrad Layn's real day, everyday Turo IPO life, and I'm just trying to figure it out because if they become a public company, this is a company I have strong conviction in, and I love the culture of it. I love what I've been researching, and it's a company I definitely want to invest in heavily. So that doesn't mean you should do it either. I'm just doing this because I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. So again, so just want to elaborate that. But I want to show you guys a few more things. Another way that you guys might have heard of, or maybe not, is there's you might heard the term SPAC, SPAC. It's basically special purpose acquisition company, and this is what it explains here. What is a SPAC? A special purpose acquisition company is a company with no commercial operations that is formed strictly to raise capital through initial public offering. Basically, that's another way that companies have been actually, this has been happening for a long time, but recently it seems like it's been really popular. Actually, there's been a lot of media behind SPACs for those that are savvy in investing, but it's been happening a long time where companies do this and use this kind of unorthodox way of becoming a public company, which is cool. So who knows how Turo's going to do it? They might go through the IPO way, they might go through the SPAC, the SPAC way. Who knows? But it's just something worth understanding, or at least trying to wrap your head around, because there's a lot of different ways that they can become public. It's not just one way. So I just wanted to share that. This is my method of thinking. Doesn't mean I'm correct. Again, these are just my opinions. Nothing's here is fact. And one thing I want to show you guys as well. Every stock exchange, from NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, over the counter was OTC even, which is a more, think of penny stocks. Doesn't mean they're all penny stocks, but think of penny stocks. It's basically like it's not as regulated as New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq, but it's another exchange another area where companies can actually place their stocks on. Place their company on, and you can make a purchase, and it becomes public there as well. But there's different listing requirements. So just going to show you guys this, and I'm actually going to take you right to the exact page. I'm just showing you guys something on Investopedia. See right here, listing requirements. So the cool thing about this, and why I actually do, and I am a fan of exchanges, and the reason I'm a fan of exchanges, because I like the fact there's rules. Oftentimes, remember, I'm not a board member. I'm not an inside person. I'm not at the board meetings. I'm not collecting minutes for the company. I'm not a CEO or CFO or COO or CTO. None of those titles there for the company. But I want to invest. But people like me that want to invest, we're not there at the meeting. So if we're investing our money, we want to know where it's going. So that's why I like the rules, because basically they have to if you become a public company, it's in the word, you have to become a public company. You have to be public. You have to furnish information. You have to be transparent. So that's what I like about this. And I like that there's listing requirements. So not any company can just go on and start and be traded on the New York Stock Exchange or Nasdaq just because you feel like it. You have to qualify for it to actually, which makes it harder. and actually better qualifies a company, in my personal opinion. So I love the fact that stock exchange actually exists at this point. And that was the listing requirements for the, I'm gonna take you right to the page. So if you had a company and you wanted to become or participate and be listed onto the New York Stock Exchange, this is actually the application page. See, step 1, choose your market. Step 2, reserve your ticker symbol. And ticker symbols typically, like, for example, hire cars is HYRE. That's their hive, which is pretty cool. It's basically the name. Tesla's, which I invested in Tesla as well, is TSLA. It's just a way of locating the stock when you're in the brokerage, and when you're in your brokerage account and you want to purchase. Pretty much it's like a fingerprint for that company. Think of it that way. And again, I'm just sharing my opinions and what I know about this, but I'm not giving any advice. I'm just sharing my journey and what this is, so it makes a bit more sense so you understand the lingo. And I'm not the most sophisticated within this. I'm not a Wall Street investor. I'm just a dude at home that loves math and loves finance, and I like business and money. So kind of ties in well. And I think a lot of you guys could fall in the same category. So we're all pretty much from the same cloth. So you guys could definitely do this too. And Nasdaq as well. Look here. See? Pretty cool stuff. They have rules here. This is the actual application. So if you had a company, see Coinbase, Nasdaq. Look at all this. DocuSign. These tech companies, typically the trend is that they go to Nasdaq. So I'm thinking that if Turo does become public, it'll be traded on the Nasdaq. That's not fact. That's not 100%, and that's not absolute. But that's what I'm thinking. And yeah, requirements. So you go if you want it. And that's about it, people. So thank you for joining me. And this is just my journey. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just sharing my day in life and journey. It's called Conrad Layn's Turo IPO journey for a reason. It's my digital journal and my journey of what I'm doing day in and day out. Just a guy just trying to figure it out and just having fun. And again, this is not advice. Just sharing my journey. You guys have a good day. Peace.